Welcome to Nasdaq TradeTalks. Joining us for this session, we have Daniel Aarenstrup, CEO of Saber. Daniel's here to discuss the local online brokerage industry development in Sweden. Daniel, it's great to have you with us. Welcome to TradeTalks.
Thanks for having me.
All right, you got it. Now tell us more about Saber.
Well, we are a Swedish retail investment platform. We launched 5 years ago as the first Swedish platform to reimburse kickbacks on mutual funds. So on the Swedish market, the kickback system is really popular, and the distributors get paid about 50% of the management fees for distributing the funds. And we became the first platform to reimburse that to the end investor. So effectively lowering the fees on all retail funds. And then recently moving from that, so we've been doing that for 5 years, and now recently launched equity trading on 17 different stock markets.
So as a disruptor in Sweden, share with us the online brokerage industry development and how does Saber differentiate itself?
So Swedes are very savvy investors. Like, we have a very high penetration of private savings into the stock market, and it's been in our culture for a very long time, especially mutual funds. But there has been very little development on actual products and platforms to use. And for the last 20 years, there's basically been two options for a retail investor. There's been two online brokers. So we're now launching as basically the third option. It's been a lot of work, but so from that, we're really targeting the savvy, passionate investor, the one that wants to spend time with the portfolio, who actually likes investing. So we're not targeting the beginners, and we're not really targeting the day traders, the really active professionals, but the mid segments, the ones that really enjoy the stock market and building their portfolios.
So what's next then for Saber? What are your business priorities for the next 12 months? And longer term, where do you want to see yourself 5 years down the road?
So, I mean, building an equity trading platform, it's obviously a lot of work. We started now with 17 stock markets, but I mean, we still have a lot of work to do, and we're building such a big product. You can't start with building something that everybody will like. Instead, we build something that a small subset of audience really love. So we've been targeting, as I said, a really passionate and engaged investor. But from that, we're obviously building out the product and getting into a broader and broader audience. So especially looking at AI, obviously, as many do, but really trying to find ways to integrate AI into real use cases. One example that we're already live with is using the OpenAI large language models to read all of the news feeds that gets integrated into the product. So, I mean, as a retail investor, it's not the lack of information that is the problem. The problem is that there's too much information, too much news, too much data. It's an overflow. And using AI, we can read and filter through all of this noise and all of this information and try to figure out what is interesting for you and create a really personalized, customized experience. So that's something we're already doing. Also using AI models to listen to financial podcasts. So we have an AI that actively listens to every new episode of financial podcast, and we can suck that into the product and package that to the user depending on how your portfolio looks like. So that's some examples, but a lot of things to test out and experiment with AI.
And finally, Daniel, tell us about your partnership with Nasdaq.
So, I mean, obviously, the Nasdaq OMX, the Stockholm Stock Exchange, is a vital partner and a critical component of our product. Swedes do tend to buy more and more US stock, especially younger investors are buying more and more US tech stocks, for example. So obviously it's wider than that, but the Nasdaq OMX is absolutely critical to us. Besides that, I mean, we have tons of product integrations, different indexes, order depths, data. So yeah, really great to get started and working with Nasdaq.
All right, Daniel, we appreciate the insight. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.
Thank you.